Alright guys, today is November 9th, 2018, and I'm doing some more work on the boat. I have been doing quite a bit of work on the boat, and I just haven't been making a lot of video because I've been working up in the cabin here, and it's kind of hard for me to get the camera in here around the bunk structures that you can actually see what I'm doing. But I wanted to make an update video before I start laying some glass down, and I'm going to go ahead and switch the camera perspective around just so you guys can see what I'm talking about a little bit better. So as you can see, I got the main part of the bunk structures tabbed in with 1708. I got one layer on each side, all around the inside here. You can't see the inside because I'm getting ready to lay some 1.5 ounce chop strand down. And I have this one piece here on the side peanut buttered in, but I ran out of Cabasil, so I haven't been able to glue the rest of them in and finish that one out. So that one's just glued in. And these are some holes where some old through fittings were that I patched up. But as you can see, I've got chop strand laid out. Like I said, it's the 1.5 ounce chop strand, and that's what I'm going to use to cover up all the wood in here. Gonna do one layer, maybe two on certain areas if I think it's going to be like a high wear area. And obviously the floor itself is getting 2 layers, like I've already said a bunch of times, so it's got the 1 layer on it already. So this will be the second layer on that in there, and over here on this side, and then also this little triangle piece up in the front. This is just like the first layer of the chop strand, like the first pass of it, I guess. Obviously I still have to cover up the tops here around the bunks, you know, the bunk supports, and just make sure that they're sealed up nice with glass. They already have resin on them, but I've kind of burned through the resin because I rounded over these corners a little bit because I forgot to do it before I resined them. So gonna have to re-resin them, but it's always a good idea when you're fiberglassing to cover up wood with a layer of chop strand, because resin by itself, it'll seal it up some, but it's not going to seal it up completely. So it's a good idea to put some glass over top of it. So that's the goal for the boat, is to try to cover up any bare wood with resin and a layer of glass. Anyways, that's the progress. I got all this sanded back down, the tabbing out here, and so that's ready for a layer of chop strand. But I'm going to focus on the cabin first, just so I can get that out of the way, because it's kind of a pain working up in there around the bunks. But then I'm going to come out here and do that, and I still have to make my seat boxes. I'm pretty sure I know how I'm going to make them. I just got to cut them out and glue them together, and then resin them and glue them in and tab them and all that, you know, cover them with the chop strand. But once I finally get all that done, then I think I can finally lay the last layer of chop strand down on the floor. Like I said, hopefully I'll already have that done by the time I get to the seat boxes and stuff for back here, so I can just lay the one more layer down on here, and then I can finally maybe think about gelcoating this thing. I want to be damn sure that I'm done with all the glassing before I go to gelcoat, but I think that'll be pretty much it, and I can gelcoat it, and then I can finally think about trying to mount the motor and get this thing back in the water, you know, because that's all I'm really shooting for, is once all the glassing's done, get it gel coated, and then get the motor mounted, and then I can start testing it and actually using it some before I start more of the finishing stuff, like the electrics and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just want to make a quick clip. I know it's kind of rambling, and like I said, I haven't been making too much video, but it's hard to get in there with the camera when I'm glassing. I've been just trying to get stuff done because it's already November, and I was hoping to have this thing a little farther along by now. But I still think I can hopefully get it done by the end of this year. That would be a good goal to shoot for. I have some time off around Christmas, so it'd be even better if I could at least get it in the water and start using it by then. But we'll see how it goes, and I don't want to rush it now, you know. But I do want to get it done, so gotta balance it out. But anyways, I'll catch you in the next clip. Alright guys, today is November 19th, 2018, and just wanted to make an update video on the progress I've gotten done on the boat. I got quite a bit done since the last video, or the last clip, whichever came first, but again, I haven't been making that many videos just because it's hard for me to film up in the cabin, and I'm getting close to the end, and I'm trying to get this thing done before I have some time off for the holidays, so maybe I can actually use it. So let me just go ahead and flip the camera around and I'll show you guys what I've gotten done. Okay, so first off, I have my seat supports peanut buttered in. Just got to do a little bit more fillets right around the base of both of them, but other than that, they're glued in and they're ready for tabbing. I got just a few pieces of tabbing cut out there out of some scrap I had, but it's going to get 1708 tabbing all around, hooking it to the floor and then hooking it to the hull and that vertical support there. So those should be nice and strong. I'm pretty happy with the way these turned out. I think they're going to be lighter weight and smaller than the ones that we had in the boat before, and it'll just give us some more room to walk up and through into the cabin there, and just all around I think it'll work out better. And then I will put the regular seats, like this one down here with like the 2-foot swivel pole, and I'll bolt the pole right here towards the centering it up with the steering wheel, although I may move the steering wheel over a couple inches just to give me some more room with the shifter over here. But so I think just the location of them and the way I did them is going to work out better than the original ones, so I'm happy about that. And they're going to get, like I said, the tabbing and then a layer of 1.5 ounce chop strand all over them to seal them up nice, and then gel coat. So that should be good there. But what I've been focusing on mainly is trying to finish up the bunk structures in the cabin, because if I get everything done in here, then I can go ahead and put some gel coat in here, and that'll make me feel a whole lot better just to see some gel coat going in the boat, and it'll just, I don't know, be awesome. So that's what I've been focusing on, and I think I got it pretty much done. I may have to do a few touch-ups here and there, and I don't have this part of the bunk structures covered in chop strand, the outside part I guess, but in the actual compartments everything's covered in chop strand. And I finished up the tabbing for the side supports here along the side of the hull. Finished up the tabbing for those this morning, and I got a layer of chop strand wrapped around those and then the tops of these as well. Just finished that up a few minutes ago. And when I had tabbed in the main supports, like the bottom or the vertical parts, I had I think I made a video showing that I had put some chop strand on the inside there when I did the layer on the floor back here, and then in the inside of that compartment. So I think the fiberglassing for the front part here is pretty much like 80 to 90% done, and all I gotta do is wait for this stuff to cure up. I'm pretty much out of time today, but the next time I work on it, I'll sand it all down nice and smooth, make sure there's no sharp edges or bumps or anything anywhere, loose fibers sticking up, and I gotta figure out, scuff this down, I guess. It's like that weird stuff. I'm not sure if it's Gelcoat or if it's some kind of other coating on top of Gelcoat or what, but it's really hard to grind. So I think I just want to scuff it up, and then I'll just roll some Gelcoat right over it, and I think it'll be fine. So I'm gonna do that as when I'm sanding, but just get rid of all the sharp edges like I said, and this thing will be ready for Gelcoat. And I'll probably put 2 or 3 coats of Gelcoat, just white Gelcoat in here, just roll it on nice and thick, and call it good. And like I said, that'll make me so happy just to be able to get some Gelcoat in the actual inside of the boat, you know, and in the compartments, and say, alright, this section is done, you know. So I'll probably wait to put it on the floor. If I do end up covering these in chop strand before I Gelcoat, which I may not, which then I won't be able to Gelcoat these until I do that. But I think I'll wait and do the floor all at one time, even this section up here, because I want to put non-skid in, and so I think it'll be better if I just do it all in one go. And still got to figure that out, how I'm going to do that and everything, but it's coming along. Hopefully the next couple days, the next week or so, I mean, when I get to work on this thing, I'll be able to, like I said, get the front gel coated there, at least part of it, and then finish up the tabbing on the seat supports, and then just finish up the chop strand on everything. Still got to cover the side stringers in, the seat supports obviously, and then a little bit of the cabin stuff that I talked about with the chop strand, and then just one more layer on the floor, and this thing, the entire thing will be ready for gel coat then. So it's getting very, very close, and I'm getting super excited. Still a lot of work to do, but it's getting close, and I'm hoping that I can get it done, like I said, by the holidays, so I have some time off and I can actually use this thing. Take the motor off the old Checkmate over there, pop it on this thing, I'll be ready to cruise. So anyways, that's enough of me rambling. Just wanted to make the update video, and I'll catch you guys in the next clip. Alright guys, today is November 29th, 2018, and I wanted to make an update video just before I got started on doing anything to the boat today. Last week, I think it was, is when I got quite a bit of work done. As you can see, I got the pretty much all of the cabin in gel coat, so I got it finished, tabbed in, like the top strips around the edge there, got those tabbed in, and got the rest of it covered in chop strand. And then I spent like 3 or 4 hours sanding it, and my little electric orbital sander from Harbor Freight died, so I had to use sanding by hand. But got all the nibs and the sharp edges and everything knocked down, and mixed up some gel coat and started rolling it on. I have 2 coats of gel on the inside of the bunks, like the compartments, and then like right here on just the like the walls, I only have 1 coat on there, so I'll probably put another 2 coats on that when I do the floor there. But I do want to put 1 more coat on the inside of the compartments as well, and I'll add the surfacing wax to that, the final coat, just so it doesn't stay tacky and it fully cures. So I'm super excited about that. I don't even remember the last time that I showed any footage of where I was, and I wanted to get some time-lapse video of me gel coating it, but there just wasn't any way for me to get the camera in there good so you could see everything that I was doing. So went ahead and knocked it out. So like I said, I'm super excited to have it in gel coat. It looks good. Sure, I could have put some of the fairing compound on it and spent hours and hours trying to sand it down and fair it and make it look completely smooth and everything, but that's not what this boat is about, you know. I want it to look good, and I want it to be sealed up and last a long time, and you know, kind of function over form, I guess. But anyways, the priority for today and the next couple weeks probably is finishing up the fiberglassing. I actually ordered my steering cable. I just remembered it because I was looking at the helm there. Probably could have used the old one, but it was kind of beat up and nasty and rusty, and just figured why not. So it came with the whole kit, like the rotary gear and worm gear and everything. And I'm gonna have to get a new tilt tube for the engine, the outboard, to put that through, because we've never had it like that. It's always just been kind of jury rigged and hooked on. So I'd like to do it proper and put it through the tilt tube. And I also ordered my non-skid additive for the gel coat, so that should be here today, hopefully. So when I'm ready to put the gel coat down, I can mix it in and have some nice non-skid on the floor. So anyways, that was a lot of rambling kind of in a short amount of time, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the phone down and I'm gonna start working on this thing. Alright guys, today is December 7th, 2018, and I'm just making a quick update video. Hopefully you guys have seen some time-lapse of me doing the chop strand on the side stringers on the hull, and then the last layer on the floor of the chop strand. I got that finished up today, and so I think the fiberglassing is now on the inside of the boat probably about 98% done. I got to touch up a few little areas here and there before I gel coat, but it's pretty much done, and then I just have a little bit on the underside of the transom. I think I talked about before, where I was doing some work that I need to finish up before I can gel coat that, and then that'll be it pretty much. So I'm stoked about that. Hopefully this weekend I can start doing some gel coat on the sides of the boat here. I've been working on a little bit of sanding this afternoon after the chop strand on the floor last little bit tacked up, cured up nice. So I've been doing some sanding because I'm probably going to go ahead and get the sides and gel coat first, and then I'll come back and I'll do the floor, because the floor is going to be a little more tricky because I'm going to have to add the knob skid to it, and so I'm going to have to like tape off certain areas so that, you know, I can leave like smooth areas for the water to run down, and I'm going to try to dye some of the gel coat as well. I think I mentioned as well. So it'll be a little tricky, and I'm going to save that for last also, just so I'm not walking on it and you know, marking it up and getting it dirty and everything in between layers. So that's the plan. I still got to do one more coat up in the inside of the cabin bunk compartments up there. I need that last final coat with the wax in it, and then that'll be done. The walls here, they only have one coat on them, just because I wanted to get some on there, and then I'm gonna wait until I do some of the other stuff to coat it. But that's almost done there. I need to finish drilling the holes for the engine. I think I've talked about that before as well. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot because I make these clips like a week or a couple weeks apart, you know, and I don't remember what I said in the last one, but I need to do that. And but to do that, I would like to take the engine off the Checkmate, the other boat that we have it on right now, and line it up and put it on the boat pretty much, so I know damn sure that the holes are in the right spot before I drill them, and hope that when I drilled them the first time using the aluminum plate we had on there as a guide, hopefully they're in the right spot, because I had backfilled them with peanut butter. If not, then I'll just have to redo that, because I definitely want those to be sealed up with resin and some peanut butter before I put my bolts in with the 5200. So I got to do that. I do need to sand the transom down a little bit, and then put another coat or two of gel coat on that, and the splash well, just because I want to. It only had 2 coats on it to start with, so I felt like I needed another coat on it. And I got 2 gallons, like 2.25 gallons of gel coat, so I'm hoping that'll be enough to do this thing. If not, I can always order some more. And I have like 1.5 gallons of resin left, I think, and so that should be plenty to finish up what little glassing I have left to do, and then should have some left over for filling up some of the holes in the helm and different things like that. But yeah, I'm getting excited. I'm done with my school semester now, so hopefully I'll have a little bit more time to dedicate to this thing. But I only have like 2 or 3 weeks before Christmas, and I was hoping to have it in the water by then, so it's gonna be pretty tight, because I still have to work, go to work, you know, so that eats up some time. But I think I could pull it off if I keep busting my ass on it and working away. So anyways, enough rambling. I'm probably going to do a little bit more sanding before I quit today, and like I said, hopefully I'll be able to gel coat the sides of the boat this weekend. So if I do that, hopefully I'll be able to get some time lapse of that, and that'll be nice to see some more gel coat in here. So anyways, see you in the next clip.